Hello, welcome. I'm going to do a quick little video on gel crayons here. So I found this set of gel crayons at Walmart, and there are a few of you on my Facebook group that had questions about gel crayons, couldn't get them to lay down, things like that. So we're going to talk a little bit about how I use mine. I do use mine mainly for backgrounds. I'm also going to talk about the Crayola washable paint sticks and then the gelatos. So I brought these out because I feel like a lot of people see the gelatos and they think the gel crayons are going to be the same as these, and they are not quite. They are kind of, they are deceiving. They are the same, you know, a little chapstick type lipstick feel, but they don't compare quite the same. So I have this little chart here, and I am going to swatch out everything and kind of talk about each one a little separately, and then hopefully that will help a few of you. So these are the Hobby Lobby gel crayons. You get 12 colors. These are scented. These were like a whole $5, $6 at Walmart, and they also have a neon set. 3 and up, and it just says gel crayons brush sold separately, so you don't get a brush or anything. It says, I'm a yumming smelling watercolor gel crayon. So depending on what gel crayon or gel stick you buy, they may not all be watercolor, but these ones are. So again, Hobby Lobby, Hello Hobby, trademark of Walmart, all that good stuff. So let's quickly swatch these ones out. If I can get them open. I do like the little case. It just has a couple latches here. These have little things that they just pop right in to hold them in place, which I like. There's room for a brush if you would like to add one into your little collection there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start with red and just work through all the colors. So I'm going to turn this a little. I'm going to do kind of a big area so we can see and blend and all that good stuff. So these do blend fairly well, I feel like. I could probably get a decent background. You do have to lay quite a bit down, but you also do have to with the gelatos as well. The difference in these is these are $5, whereas the gelatos are a little more expensive. I haven't actually priced them in a while, but they're usually around $20 or more dollars. So I'm trying to do these in somewhat rainbow color here. Water, not rainbow color. These do not have like an overwhelming perfume scent. They are somewhat scented. I don't know if I necessarily get a fruit smell out of them. You can see the color, like that purple is very pale. And I should have did this off to the side a little to show the watercolor. Okay, so then we're gonna kind of, these aren't really rainbow, but we'll show them. Get brown, a grey silver, black. And then I'm going to do my black a little bigger because I also have white that will not show up. So let me wipe it off because I have blue on it as well. Okay, so there's the white by itself. Can't really see it, so we'll just turn this black at the bottom a little gray with our white here. So let me get a darker color. These are what they look like. They say Hello Lobby, Hello Hobby. Plastic cap. They have a little thing at the bottom like chapstick you turn to make them taller or shorter. I have not had to inch mine up yet. I haven't used them a whole lot, but so yeah, there are those. Okay. So I am going to play with water and things and blend these a little bit, but I'm going to swatch the other ones first so I can do them all at the same time. So again, those ones are from Walmart. They're around $5 or $6. They are very smooth going on, which I do like. Okay. So I'm going to hop over here and do the paint sticks real quick because I only have 6 of them. So these are Crayola Quick Dry Multi-Surface Paint. It does not say watercolor. It does not say acrylic. It just says paint. Non-toxic. Washable for skin. Quick dry. Smooth vibrant color. Multiple surfaces. Now down here it does say Crayola washable paint sticks from skin and washable clothing right away. Wash promptly in hot wash cycle. Do not pre-wash, chlorine, bleach. Laundering may be required. So I'm not sure about the whole washable from skin and fabric because I do feel like they stained my fingers when I played with them. but let's check them out. So again, these look like little glue sticks to me, or big fat chapsticks. They are the same concept, so you have where you can twist them up here on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and turn this a little. And these are actually my daughter's. She's so kindly letting me borrow for this video. She found these at Walmart. So I haven't played with these a whole lot. I feel like that is not very bright though. Okay, green. Blue. And purple. Okay, so there are your Crayola paint sticks. Now the Crayola paint sticks, they are quick drying. So if you're gonna blend them, like see these are already dry. So if you're gonna blend them like with your finger or anything, you're gonna want to do that quickly as you're going. That with your finger or whatever blending thing you would like, because they do dry very quickly. Let me set these back in the box here. So these ones I have already tried. You cannot blend them with Gamsol or with water, so your best bet is to just blend them together as you're going. They are not like watercolor or anything like that. I did try to color over them with some pencils and it did not work the best. So I feel like if you're going to use them on anything but a background, that will be a little trickier. Okay, and then we will do the gelatos. Okay, so I'm going to start with the red here. I do have a whole rainbow, so I will try to do this quickly so it doesn't take as long. Now, the only difference is these gelatos I have are the metallic set, so they will look a little different. They're not the plain set, but they will still show what we're looking for here. One second, I got some purple on here. So I am going to do this one a little to the side because these ones are water. So red, I am going to overlap a little for blending. Orange, gold. This is going to be a kind of funky rainbow because of the colors, but there's yellow, green. These are a lot stiffer and a lot rougher. So again, here, let's pick a darker color so we can see the words. This is what a gelato looks like. These ones are a little more expensive. So design, memory, craft, nebula blue. They have the color name on them, a barcode. You can buy them separate, little sets. You can buy metallic and shimmery, plain, like the whole thing. They are not as creamy and smooth. You can see that. But they are beautiful on backgrounds. And I got a lot more colors in this set. Kind of out of order. That's okay. There are our 3 sets here. So I'm going to grab some water and we are going to look at the watercolor side of them. Alright, so I just have regular water here and a little water bottle cap as I make a mess everywhere. And I will just quickly show. So the gel crayons are supposed to be watercolor-ish. I don't love them with watercolor, but they are doable. Kind of making ugly colors going rainbow version here, but so that is the effect you will get if you add a little water. Again, check your package because I don't know if all gel crayons are watercolor. These are the only ones I have so far. I haven't ventured into them a whole lot. Okay, and then the gelatos as well. Now this also is just regular cardstock. It is not watercolor paper. So if that makes any difference, I'm not sure. So the other cool thing about the gelatos is you can blend them out with chapstick or oil or mineral spirits, whatever you have on hand. As well, so you can blend them with your finger. And I know not everyone likes to do that because they're messy, so it depends on if you're okay with mess or not. Or you can go the chapstick route, the oil. I have done that before. I don't do it in my books just in case it decides to yellow or leave a grease mark or anything, but on PDFs I have tried it before. This is the paint sticks. They are not, I have tried this before, but I will quickly show you. They are not really the best. All right. Oh, sorry about the wiggle. So quickly here, I'm just going to show you a very simple basic background that I do with my gel crayons. This page is a little tricky because of the trees and stuff, so I'm just going to kind of do the middle section and show you the effect without having to take all the time to go in between everything. But if you are interested, this is done with gel crayon. I don't like my clouds on this one. It was a practice one, but that is what gel crayons look like when they are done. So we will quickly do that on this page. This is Gnomes and the Neighborhood. Sorry about the big practice across the front, but I have two, so that's how I keep my practice book practice. Gnomes in the Neighborhood by Denise Klett. This book is like 10 bucks on Amazon. Very cute. Very cute. One of my favorites. Okay, so I'm going to start at the bottom with my yellow. And again, I'm going to be very generous with how much I put on. So this isn't one where water is going to spread it out or help it. We kind of want to fill all the white in as we go. Now, I definitely suggest trying this out on blank paper, seeing if you like your finger, a Q-tip, a cotton ball, what have you, if you want to add the water color effect or if you want just the gel crayon. This does not smell like banana to me at all, but that's good. So I'm going to go up a little higher, just like if I were using pencils, a little higher than I want to, so I have that buffer zone to blend. I'm going to try not to get it on the other objects because it is hard to hide as I color all over my tree. Again, these are not the most precise. I think that's why I stick to backgrounds that don't have a whole lot of things going on in them, so I don't have to dodge a lot of things. I feel like I got a little low right here. Okay, so we got our yellow in. Then we're going to go orange. Let's see, I'm going to come right down over a good maybe ½ inch or so of that yellow I put down. So we got a nice blend, and then we got a nice orange. It is finally summer vacation here, which is exciting. We had our first tornado already, so like thunderstorm season hit and bam, tornado. Didn't land too close, but it did crumple a couple people's campers that were at our nearby lakes. Wyoming, we have lakes everywhere. So it did crumple a couple campers and some trees and power lines and things, but no homes, no deaths, so that's always fantastic, but still crazy. We haven't had one that close here in Wyoming in like years, 10 years, 15 years or so. We've had them in Wyoming, just not so close to home. So yeah, that was, and my mom called it too. She was standing outside watching the lightning. She goes, boy, I hope we don't get a tornado. Sure enough, sure enough. And it was weird, we didn't get any hail or anything, but I guess maybe we weren't as close as we could have been. But we just had really black clouds and some strong, strong wind out of nowhere. So yeah, summer vacation. Our carnival is here this weekend. So we have a carnival and the derby where they crash the cars together. Okay, we're going to do that for now. So because this is a practice book, I will kind of show you, I'm going to blend half with my finger and half with water, and hopefully that will give you a little bit of idea of what the effect you're going for is. Bring it in a little closer so you can kind of see. So I'm hoping this isn't going to turn out too green. My fingers are kind of green from doing the swatch sheet, but I'm going to blend my orange upwards. Sorry if that's wiggling. You do have to blend a little hard with these with your fingers. They do take a little bit of scrubbing. You could always add a dot to your finger, which is what is very tempting to do, of water, just to make them a little easier to maneuver. But I'm just working right over that blend line where I want them to go together. If you feel like they're not blending, you can always add a little more. Blend it out. So I am just kind of playing with it, circular motions, up and down to get the look I want. Okay, with a different finger, I'm going to do the same thing with orange and yellow. I'm trying to go from the yellow upwards. I don't want to lose too much of my yellow, but I do want a nice gradient, like this guy is changing colors. Again, if you feel like you need a little more, they layer on top of each other great. It really helps that blend line too. So there is our finger blended half. For the most part, you go back and adjust as needed. There's probably a couple of spots on the camera that look a little weird that I can't see with the light reflecting off, but we're gonna go with that. And then this side we're gonna add a little water. So I'm gonna make sure my brush doesn't have any blue or green in it. Okay, and I'm gonna start with the brush. I'm gonna start with the yellow. Sorry about that, noisy outside. Okay, so depending on how much of a watercolor look you want, you can just add a little and blend with a clean finger over your yellow, which I didn't do a very good job of. Or you can get it really wet and kind of get that nice mixed water look going. So again, I'm not going to take the time to dodge all those trees on video, but if I were doing a background, I would dodge the trees a little better. So I kind of started with my reds. I started a little backwards, but kind of wanted to get those wet, so they would already be wet when I brought my yellow upwards, like that. So you do kind of have to clean your brush out if you're trying to keep your yellow yellow, which I didn't do a very good job of. I'm going to go ahead and wipe that back out now, clean my brush. Try to keep these yellows a little more yellow. I definitely suggest a practice book to start with. Remember that water, depending on how much you use, and the paper, if you use it in an Amazon book, may warp your pages. Water usually always buckles it no matter what, unless it's watercolor paper or you're using a very, very tiny amount. So again, wiping out my red. This side looks a little rough. I apologize for this part. This part I dragged way too much color down into my yellow. So I would go back and kind of fix that part up. Give it a little more blended look. You can apply more when they're wet. So if you feel like you lost some of your red, go back over. Again, if your paper is a thin paper, that may be too much for it. Your paper might start peeling. You might get a hole if you rub too hard, so just be aware. And know your paper a little bit. So I'm going to come back and just kind of touch up some of these spots. At this point I have red and orange everywhere all over my fingers. That's okay. I'm going to darken this red up here a little bit. So now I'm just kind of going to go back, fix my blend lines. So I get that nice sunset vibe going on. So this half was blended with fingers, this half blended with water, varying amounts. So that is how I use my gel crayons. Questions, comments, anything like that, please let me know. I don't know if those ones are on Amazon, but I can check. And I hope to see you next video. Thanks for watching.